I'm at Fox Hideaway Farm in Eastover, South Carolina, talking with Wendy Broman. Wendy, you are going to be part of the Ag and Art Tour this year. And for people who don't know what that is, what's the Ag and Art Tour?
The Ag and Art Tour is a chance for people to get out and see farms, the rural areas where you live, around where you live. But it's also a great way to mix in the artisans. You know, we bring in the arts, the painters, the singers. It's great when you just have a mix of all of it and you're supporting local small businesses and your neighbors, really.
And there are just all kinds of spin-offs, because today I got some vegetables, I got some coffee, I got some tea. There were things for Carolina and Clemson and all the sports fans. And those people who come also help spread the word of what's going on. So it magnifies the reach that you have to encourage people to come out and see what it's like to be back in the country and how we used to live.
Well, and two, to show people where their food comes from.
Yes.
You know, it's great.
Y'all have an unusual program here in that you really are in many ways focused towards kids, and that makes perfect sense, because that's a reason for people who want to get their kids away from the screen to come out.
Right.
And so what are some of the things you do so that when the kids come here, they can really have the experience?
Well, during our events, we do pony rides and hay rides. Occasionally we have crafts for the kids to do. In the front pasture, we set up a kid zone. So there's big outdoor games, a huge Connect Four, there's just Jenga, kickball, frisbees, all kinds of things. And depending on the month and what's going on, you know, maybe there'll be an Easter egg hunt. Or an outdoor trick-or-treating thing.
Y'all are very flexible.
We are.
And it depends on who wants to come and who wants to participate. Sometimes I think you've had up to 1,000 people.
It's probably gone more than that once or twice, but yeah, it's fun. But we have more than enough space.
And the interaction with animals, one thing is it says, do not open gates. And that's a cardinal rule. You do not open gates. But these animals, I must say, are dramatically friendly. And so you can come up and pet them through the wire. They can pet the horses. You've got chickens that they can wander around and hopefully not run after the chickens, although chickens can outrun anybody.
We see that occasionally. You know, they will outrun them. But there's a cow, there's a pig. But as far as do not open the gates, that is very important. And that's for their safety and the animal's safety.
And another thing you do for the animal safety that I think is just phenomenal is that you have a huge number of dogs that are specifically bred over centuries and centuries and centuries to protect these. So talk a little bit about those two types of dogs you have.
Yes, we raise Great Pyrenees and Anatolian Shepherds. And honestly, my favorite is the mix of the two. The Great Pyrenees is a lot more laid back, whereas the Anatolian has the more aggressive.
And that's really necessary, because with coyotes and other things and other dogs that come from other places, we've got to protect these animals. And so these little fellas here have their own dog, who we were speaking with earlier, who does nothing but protect them, lives in here with them 24/7. And even where the babies are born, where you have the females, the guard dog there, you told me, even watches the sky, because a hawk could possibly come in.
Hawks will come in and snatch babies if you're not careful. So he is one of the best ones we have, for sure.
And then I imagine that the horses that the children ride and all that, you've selected them to be extraordinarily gentle, not to bite the children, not to run away with the children.
Absolutely, yes. And with the horses, we've had the question come up a couple of times, you know, why aren't we rotating all 6 horses or whatever through the pony rides? Well, 4 of them are rescues. So they're not quite ready for that, okay? Whereas 2 of them actually belong to myself and a friend of mine, and they came from lesson programs, or, you know, Caper retired from the USC equestrian team. We know those horses are safe.
Absolutely. And with goats, one thing that you said you're so careful about is the worm load. Goats who graze on the ground tend to develop parasites. And so you want to be certain that your animals are extremely healthy. You have a veterinarian who comes frequently and checks all the animals.
Absolutely. ARC Veterinarian Services. Dr. Blackwell's amazing. And so we've been working together on all of this. We've adapted their feed. We've introduced bioworma into it to help with that. Plus they're on a deworming regimen. They get hit with Ultra Boss. So we're fighting internal and external parasites. And Friday actually was the best visit we've ever had, where she reported 2 of my pastures, no parasites found.
I think what y'all are doing is just a tremendous job.
Well, thank you.
And I want to thank you for letting us come today and have such a wonderful
Absolutely.
experience.
I appreciate you guys coming out. I really do.